Lynchburg, VA. What do you do when everyone around you thinks the media is fake news and you want to work for the media? That's the question Professor Amy Bonebright needs to help her students answer. This is Liberty University, the world's largest evangelical Christian school. Most students come from politically and religiously conservative families and churches inclined not to trust the news, and, indeed, the president of the university is Jerry Falwell Jr., a fervent advocate for President Trump, who throws around the term fake news to refer to most mainstream media reporting. So when Bonebright teaches a room full of aspiring reporters in her community journalism class, she needs to teach them more than just how to craft a lead and conduct an interview. Now, everyone's down on the media, she says to her class. Maybe you go home over break and see your parents' friends. And they say, "Remind me what you're studying." A nervous giggle rises from many of the students. They have had that conversation before. You say journalism, and they go, Bonebright says. What should our response be, as a Christian going into a field like that? Evangelicals, your attacks on the media are getting dangerous. For these college students, the answer to that question is deeply rooted in their faith. Because while they might not always see the news media as truthful, they do believe in the truth of the gospel, and they think that's a principle they can apply in the newsroom just as they do in the pews. As Christians, we believe in truth, Senior Timothy Cox raises his hand to say. Christians actually should be the best journalists there are, because we believe there is truth out there. Newsrooms aren't known as very religious places. While statistics on the faith of professional journalists are hard to come by, one of the most comprehensive studies on the subject, conducted in 1992, found 90% of journalists were raised in religious homes, but only 38% described religion as very important to them as adults, compared with 61% of Americans overall. At Liberty, by contrast, nearly all the students are evangelical Christians. Politically, they are fairly uniform, as well. Falwell, who runs the university, which his evangelist father founded, appears frequently on television and Twitter as one of Trump's most vocal supporters in the religious realm. While not all students agree with Falwell's support for the president, they are overwhelmingly conservative. In Virginia's recent gubernatorial election, Falwell proudly tweeted the vote tally at Liberty's precinct was 1,213 votes for Republican Ed Gillespie to 51 votes for Democrat Ralph Northam. "We're all sinners," Jerry Falwell Jr. defended Trump after the Access Hollywood video came out. This is a place where the ads in the student newspaper promote theology graduate programs and the gospel choir gets a front-page story. Bonebright starts class this week flipping through the issue, highlighting her students' work. Katie, a football story? Nice. Did you sit in the press box and everything? Is this your first time?